Right in front of me here is Old Yonge Street, and I am taking you to a forgotten cemetery here in the uppity up York Mills neighborhood in Toronto, Canada. And this cemetery, the York Mills Baptist Church Cemetery, was here since the 1830s. And up until a couple of years ago, it was a forgotten cemetery and it was neglected. But folks in Toronto decided 2 years ago to clean up the historic cemetery with very notable Torontonians who are buried there. And they made a historical plaque in honor of this historical site that at one time was the site of the York Mills Baptist Church. And I don't think it is as hidden as it used to be. And these homes here are multi-million-dollar homes. I am just north of a very elite neighborhood in Toronto, Canada, known as Hogs Hollow, which has a very rich history. But let's check out this cemetery. And I think it's hidden behind this rusty old fence. And the sun is just about to set here in Toronto, Canada. And let's go have a look inside this forgotten cemetery. And there is the plaque that was placed here last summer. And the York Mills Baptist Church was once at the heart of this historic York Mills village community. A small workers' church stood west of here from 1832 until 1949. This cemetery was located between two buildings and accepted burials up until 1945. There's also a new bench. The church congregation was small and at one time consisted only of 6 members, resulting in the nickname the Church of the Six Sisters. The burial ground contains 38 grave markers, the oldest dating back to 1832, and among the notable burials is Reverend James Mitchell, the first pastor of the church, and Ezekiel Girdham, pastor from 1849 until 1864. Let's have a look around. And if the Girdham name sounds familiar, it is Uzi Kyle Girdham, was the original settler and the father of William Girdham, who owned part of the Empire Girdham Distillery, which was at the Toronto waterfront and is now known as the Distillery District. And this is the marker of Walter Girdham. He died at 21 years old, and he was the son of Issachar Girdham. Marker here is that of Harriet, the wife of Issachar Girdham. Born July 1798 and passed away in 1888. I have no idea what that is. It looks as though someone knocked this tombstone down. There are folks taking care of this cemetery. Mind you, it is very old. This is the... oh, that's very sad. It's the marker of Reverend Issachar Girdham. And he passed away at the age of 77. He was the Reverend for 15 years of the York Mills Baptist Church that used to sit near this site. And when it was demolished in 1948 due to financial concerns, the cemetery was kept here, but the church was gone. And as you can see from this angle here, because of the hedge, you would not even know it was here. This was the tombstone for the first Reverend James Mitchell. Faded now. And like I said, there's only 38 markers inside of this forgotten cemetery here in the York Mills neighborhood. There are several markers here. I think this may very well be one of the oldest cemeteries here in the city. This one here says Robert and Mary Bond. (1839), 13 years old. Robert Bond and Mary Bond. Perhaps this is the marking of a children's burial. This one here, you can barely read it. William Bond. It's leaning up against another marker. There is a marker here on the ground. can barely read what it says. A number of stones are here as well. I see some engraving there, but I can't make out what it says. Is this one here? Although they did try to restore this forgotten cemetery, you can see nature is taking over yet again. James W., son of W.M. and Mary Sloss, died 1910. Aged 10 years old, and Myrtle Irene died 1909, aged 8 years old. So 2 children were buried here. So sad. See some more markers. And time has eroded the stone. Can barely make out the name. This one's from 1833. Margaret. And I think that one says Thomas. This one here is the marker of a World War I veteran. He died a year after World War I. Morden J. Fulton. This one says J.H. Fulton, 1915. It's a very tiny cemetery. And this tombstone here is that of Henry Sylvester, born in 1839, passed away in 1912. His wife, Jane Anderson, is also buried here. a forgotten cemetery that now has a historical plaque and designation such that the lives that are marked here will be preserved. Very sad to see this tombstone topple over. There's another marker there as well. Can't make out what it says. A forgotten cemetery here. The York Mills Baptist Church Cemetery. One of the forgotten oldest cemeteries here in Toronto, Canada.